Hi everyone, this is Enrique Guerra Medina from Art, Then and Now. Thank you for joining us today. This podcast is designed to bring you trends, insights, history, works, and biographies of artists around the world, broadcasted from an art studio in Lima, Peru. Little is known about China's economy, China's politics, and of course, China's arts. It is a well-known fact that China has experimented one of the fastest economical growth in the last 30 years. From being a developing country with a lot of reforms needed to overcome poverty and economic limitations to become the most powerful country in the world, China has taken several steps in order to reach this actual position. It is true that China has got the fastest economic growth in the world. It is true that China has a dictatorial political structure, where the Chinese Communist Party is the one which controls every single aspect of social life. It is true that human rights are highly restricted. There is no opposition. There is no chance to have a different thinking. The politics of People's Republic of China take place in a framework of a socialist republic run by a single party. There is no opposition. The system is authoritarian. Just a few ones are the ones who lead the country, control the country, and there is no possible way to be opposed. Human rights are highly restricted. There are numerous reports of human rights groups that have publicized human rights issues in mainland China. And one of these aspects is the lack of legal recognition of human rights, along with the lack of independent judiciary rule of law. On the other hand, we know this development that China has experimented has been based on something that we call forced technology transfer. There is a kind of deal between the international companies that want to make business in China, and one of the things that they asked to the applicants is to reveal all the technological aspects referred to their products, as well as all its commercial clients. This is something that is not written, but it is a general practice. Industrial espionage is another aspect of this successful country. For years or decades, the world has allowed Chinese students to live in USA and other industrial countries to study, learn, and develop the technologies that then were transferred to mainland China. Chinese assimilated workers in USA have done the same. Getting in contact with the latest technologies, they have been able to transfer those technologies to mainland China. Hackers are continuously getting top information from the government, companies, etc., etc. We know all of that about China. This is the little things that we know about China. This is the structure under which the successful Chinese market has been developed. This model of economy that is called socialist market economy that started in 1979, since the introduction of Deng Xiaoping's economic reforms, has changed absolutely the life of millions of persons in China. But there is another aspect that we need to remark. With this socialist market economy that started in 1979, there was the opening to a cultural reform under which art has encountered different kinds of expressions. We can't say that there is a single artistic expression in China. Since 1979, revolutionary propaganda started to go down, and they have been replaced with more free expressions of art. At the present time, there is a great variety of art expressions, as for example, painters who are concerned about revolutionary women and their beauty, and they exalt their passion for the revolution to new forms that are difficult to understand, with plenty of colors, plenty of shapes that represent more abstract ideas. There is, for example, one painter who is concerned about fish. He usually paints mutilated fish that shows their inner parts in a very savage way. He considers that this is his own way to express art. There are sculptors who present different forms of Chinese women beauty, women, naked people. This is the opinion of one official authority who represents a Iran State Museum. Quote, "There are some subjects that are out of bounds, and I have certainly seen that in operation today, in exhibitions, in art fairs, and things like that go on in China today. Some subjects, such as sex, violence, and religion, are still in some degree taboo in state-run museums." Unquote. That's the reason because you don't see images of sex that much in Chinese contemporary art. We can say that these kind of artists have to present their art just as an underground art. One interesting example of underground sculpture is the work of Li Shengyang. When asked about the naked sculptures that he has produced, he said, quote, "I think it is very difficult to exhibit my work because Chinese government forbids this kind of art for political reasons." Unquote. Another interesting artist that we found in this research was Wang Triang. He is called the underpants guy in Beijing because his production is related to women's underpants, and they are huge, around 4 meters squared. The subject of this sculpture is women's underpants. He's able to create big pieces of sculptures that emulate pinky women's underpants with plenty of neon and twinkling lights. To exhibit in Iran State museums, this kind of work is revealing the way China has changed its cultural vision. It's unbelievable how present China has been able to accept and promote this kind of art. Another painter that is interesting to remark is Louis Jatong. His job is characterized by the contact that he has with real people affected by real things in real time. He usually visits urban places or the countryside in order to catch characters and situations, and he just paints them in real time. So the ability of this artist is to catch their real life, their routine, in a very realistic way. This man has been very successful and has become millionaire because his panoramic paintings, they can be 8 or 10 meters long, are usually sold by millions of dollars. So artists are becoming rich people based on the fact that art in China has been liberated of those oppressive ideas of the revolutionary time. Art has become a new way to express new circumstances, a new way to express fantasies, and it is possible, as I said before, to make money with art. This is just a little taste of what art is in China now. There is a total standard liberation. In just 30 years, art has been utterly transformed from a mere propaganda arm of the Politburo to a genuine cultural revolution that seems to know no boundaries. Who would have ever thought that China will become home to the artists as superstars? As you enjoy this episode, be sure to subscribe so you're notified when a new episode is posted. Rate, review, and share this podcast with your friends. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope to build a special connection with you and your sensitivity for the arts. Have a nice day.
Oh